What I learned from the movement for a People's Party and the current Poor People's Campaign led by Bishop William Barber. I was personally involved in the movement for a People's Party for a couple of years and even attended the Moral March on Washington in 2022, a movement ushered by the People's Party campaign to make a, quote, shift in the moral narrative in the halls of Washington so we can put an end to poverty in the richest country on earth. Many prominent leaders spoke at that organized rally in D.C., including most notably the intellectual Dr. Cornel West, as well as several leaders, politicians, and grassroots organizers associated with the Democratic Party. It is starkly apparent that there is an appetite for a moral revival in this country, also called a moral shift, and this can only be manifested through a grassroots movement that pushes leaders to adopt a public policy agenda that speaks to the working class, like it did under the leadership of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt in the 1930s, that resulted in a subsequent quarter of a century of American prosperity that resulted in zero economic recessions throughout the 1940s to the 1960s. I believe that although there may be a desire by many Americans to have a new party in this country, it will take too many years of organizing before they become a significant challenge to the two-party duopoly, and most importantly, the need for an effective and charismatic candidate to lead such a party will most likely not take place. From my experience in the movement for a People's Party and the current rise of Trump and the Republican Party to the presidency, and that led to the Republican control of both houses, I'm certain that the Democratic Party not only will reform, but has no choice to reorient itself towards the real agenda to end poverty and support the working class, in the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., be relegated to a social club of empty values. I used to believe that only a third force or new party could break the gridlock in Washington, but now I'm convinced that the Democratic Party can still be reformed, inject morality into politics by taking money out of the system, and form a new coalition whereby they unite the left against the corruption in Washington. Although he lost, Senator Bernie Sanders demonstrated that a true grassroots donor-funded campaign by American citizens can shake up the status quo and result in the political revolution that Democrats, Republicans, and everyday people still believe can be possible.